Hello children, welcome back to Shiv Physical Science Zone. In today's class, we are going to understand physical changes, reversible and irreversible changes and important examples like expansion, crystallization and physical change and chemical changes. So let us understand each concept with examples. Let us begin now. Which property of substance changes during a physical change? So physical properties like state, color, temperature changes during a physical change. What are the common changes which you observe in your body? Growth of nails, growth of hair, increase in height, increase in weight. These are the common changes that we can observe in our body. The changes mentioned, so these are all natural changes that occur gradually in our body. See, next one, what is a physical change? Explain with an example. The change in which only physical properties of a substance changes, that is no new substance is formed, is called physical change. Boiling and freezing of water. Water is heated, it changes into steam. Steam cools down, changes into water. When once water is again cooled down, it changes into ice. Okay, so this is about physical change. Next one. With the help of an activity, show that gases expand on heating. For that, what we do? Take a balloon and a bottle. We have chosen a balloon with bottle, right? Stretch the mouth of the balloon and fit it on the neck of the bottle. So we have to stretch the balloon mouth and you should fix it to the mouth of the bottle. Place the bottle in a pan of boiling water. So we should place this bottle in a pan of boiling water. The balloon becomes bigger and bigger in size. So water is boiling, so that balloon size is going to be increased. On removing the bottle from the pan, the size of the balloon becomes small again. If once you remove the bottle from the boiling water, so the size of the balloon is going to be decreased. This shows that on heating, air expands and gets filled in the balloon. On removing the bottle from the pan, the air cools down and contracts. This is one of the activity. Let us take one more example. Give an example which shows that change in shape of an object can be reversible or irreversible. Shape of a paper can be changed by folding it or cutting it. By folding the paper, we can change the paper size, shape, and even through cutting also. If we fold a paper in the shape of an aeroplane, it is reversible change. I mean, can unfold again. If we cut the paper in the shape of an aeroplane, it is an irreversible change. Okay, so if you fold in terms of, if you fold a paper like aeroplane, we can get it back. Okay, of course there will be little foldings, but we can get back the plain paper. That is reversible. If we cut the paper in the shape of an aeroplane, it is an irreversible. Okay, so same object, we can make it as reversible and irreversible. So this is an example. Next thing is, see, what type of changes takes place during the crystallization of a substance? Crystallization means liquid getting converted into solid. During the crystallization of a substance, dissolved in a solvent and recovered from the solution by evaporation of solvent. Both the process, dissolution of solute, substance to be crystallized, and evaporation of solute from the solution to get back the solute, or physical change. See, for example, salt solution dissolved in water, salt dissolved in water, that is called salt solution. If on heating, water is going to be evaporated, salt crystals are left behind. This is what we call it as crystallization of a substance. Hence, only physical changes takes place during crystallization, not the chemical changes. Remember that. Next one, when a kerosene stove burns to give a flame, what type of changes are involved in the process? During burning of a kerosene stove, kerosene oil is first converted into kerosene vapors on heating. On heating, it just converts into vapors. This is a physical change. Kerosene liquid converting into kerosene vapor is a physical change. When these vapors catch fire, they burn to give heat and light. During burning, the vapors are converted into coppers and steam. During burning, at the time of burning, those kerosene vapors are converting into carbon dioxide and steam. This is called chemical change. Conversion of liquid kerosene into vapor is not a chemical change, it's a physical change. When once it converted into vapor, that vapor starts burning. So while burning, they convert into carbon dioxide and steam. Therefore, when light a kerosene stove, both physical and chemical changes are going to be takes place. Chemical change as well as physical change is going to be takes place. Next one, when we add salt in water, it gets dissolved. What type of change in this? The salt gets dissolved in water and no new substance is formed. Both salt and water remain in the same, so it is physical change. Actually, when salt is dissolving in water, generally in case of liquids, in case of solids, the particles are very close to each other. Even in comes under liquids, the particles will be somewhat far away from each other. If you compare gases, they will be too far from each other like this. In case of liquids, the particles will be somewhat far away from each other. There is a gap that exists between water molecule and a water molecule. In those gaps, the solid is the sugar solution, sugar is going to be settled there in that gaps. Okay, that is why that one we call it as what is known as, even you can observe when salt is added to the water, the level of water will not rise. Why? Water level will not rise because the salt is going to be settled in the gaps of water molecules. Okay, otherwise the water level will be surely raised. Okay, so this is the reason. Alright, in this change we can get back both salt and water through evaporation process. So this is a physical change. Next we go for what is the chemical change? Explain with an example. The changes that takes place where the new substance is going to be formed, okay, with different properties, new properties. Original substance will loses. It doesn't have the properties of original substance. So that is why it is called a chemical change. Example, when washing soda react with lemon juice, carbon dioxide is formed in the form of bubbles. Okay, if we burn a burning matchstick near the mouth of the flask from which the gas is coming out, here in this particular situation, it gets exhausted, which shows that the presence of carbon dioxide. Right, the burning matchstick goes off near the mouth of the flask. Exhausted in the sense it will put off. That itself indicates that carbon dioxide gas is coming out. Okay, new substance is formed here, so it is a chemical change. Next we go for compare the two given changes. How are they differ from each other? Heating of sugar and heating of wax. What happens? Sugar is heated, it turns into black powdery substance called charred sugar due to formation of carbon. So this is the formation of carbon here. Type of change is chemical change. New substance is formed and it cannot be get back. But in case of this heating of wax, what happens? Wax melts on heating and becomes liquid. On cooling, it becomes again solid wax. Okay, this is a physical change. Wax heating is a physical change, and this Heating of sugar is a chemical change. Okay, so this is the difference. Okay children, thank you. We will meet in the next class. Bye.